Good evening, everyone, and welcome to ReinaMoesDyinit.designs. And today, although it is a little bit late, I'm going to show you a few DIYs that I'm going to be doing for my nephew's graduation. So, if you have a graduation party coming up for a male, and this sounds like a tutorial that would interest you, please continue watching. So today, since we're doing this graduation party for my nephew, who also happens to have a YouTube channel, he's all into health and fitness and getting his gains to 170 pounds, which I hope he reaches it, but males on my side of the family tend to be small. Females on my side of the family tend to be voluptuous. So, since this is a boy, I can't do the regular types of centerpieces that I would love to do. I will be able to do that in 3 years when it's my daughter's turn. But for the meanwhile, since it's a boy, I've decided that I wanted hinged frames to hold pictures of him throughout his entire stages of growing into adulthood. So our tutorial today will be basically making those types of centerpieces. But I wanted to show you this frame that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, which is all black with silver on the inside, and this is wood, as well as this particular picture frame, which is not wood. It's some type of plastic resin, but it's completely all black. So I'm going to be using both of these to make different photo frames. So the ones that I'm going to be using this particular frame with, it will be hinged, and when I say hinged, it's because I'm going to be using these hinges. And the reason for that is because I want to be able to transport these without them getting broken, because this is glass. So I figure if they're hinged, I can collapse them flat, and then all I have to do is open it back up when we actually get to the venue. So I'm going to be using these 3/4 by 5/8 inch hinges from Gatehouse, which I picked up at my local Lowe's. I hope you can see that. And so I've already done one of the hinge frames, which I'll show you at the end of the video. For this particular one that I'll be doing, I'm going to try and do this one with double-sided tape, and I have this double-sided tape which I got off of Amazon. And the reason that I'm going to try and do this one with double-sided tape is because instead of having the 5x7 upright, I'm going to actually have it horizontally. So to put a hinge here, and this being plastic, it's just not gonna work because you have to actually screw the hinges into the frame. So the wooden frames are the ones that actually will work better with this, and so I'll show you how that looks, like I said, at the end of the video. But today we're gonna be doing the one that is horizontally, and we're gonna use the double-sided tape, and I hope that it works out. So first off, I've taken the plastic wrap off of all of these frames that I'm going to be using. I have my hot glue gun over here to the side. It's not turned on yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay out my frames. And I'm going to do 2 at a time to make it a little bit easier. And instead of putting them back to back, side to side, what I'm going to actually do is leave a little bit of space, which I know that that's going to leave the double-sided tape exposed, but I'm not worried about that because when we actually decorate that, which unfortunately won't be with bling, but it will be with some nice cross-grain ribbon, that will cover that up. But I'm still working with the mentality that I need to be able to transport these things safely from point A to point B. So I need to be able to collapse them. Plus, and if this idea works, it just so happens that some of the colors in Cookie's school colors match the colors that are in my son's and daughter's school colors. So I won't have to remake these next year for my son or in 2020 for my daughter. All I have to do is change the little bit of decoration that I actually put on it, because both of them, their school colors is black and orange, and for my son and daughter, theirs is actually black and gold, so and with a touch of silver, so it really works out pretty well. So I'm just going to open up my double-sided tape, and I'm just going to get rid of this trash. And it came with the coupon, so I'm going to have to make sure that I don't lose that. So I'm just going to put that in front and find where it starts here. And it is very sticky. And just go ahead and measure for how long I actually need the tape on the frame, and adhere it, making sure that the frame doesn't move, because it has a tendency to do that, because I want it to be even. So I'm just going to realign these, cut off some tape, and then center it, place it, and then press it down. And I'm just going to do this for all 4 sides. Now, because this is double-sided tape, all I have to do is remove the backing off of this if there was something that I wanted to place behind it. Right now there isn't anything that I want to place behind it, so I'm just going to snip off the extra that I have. And this double-sided tape is very strong, very strong. So that's a good thing. So I can see now that it's gonna work. My idea is gonna work. So where I have this stickiness from the double-sided tape, that's where I will be affixing the gross grain ribbon, which is right here. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and do my second set of frames the same way, and when I come back I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so here you see I have both of my frames double taped together, and now I'm going to do the exact same maneuver with a little space in between the both of them and connect them together. And then I will have one complete line of frames, and the only thing left will be to connect the ends. So what I'll do is I'm going to put my tape down here in the center. And cut it. And secure it. Make sure that it's nice and secure. And then I'm going to do the same on one end. And then just bring the two together, like so. Now you may be thinking, well, Reina, you haven't put any of your pictures in it, so how exactly is this going to work? Well, because of where I'm placing the tape, I'm not blocking the little nibs that they have in here to hold this open, and I'm not putting a bottom on this, so it'll be really easy with this particular end where I'm bringing them together. The tape is shorter, because after I get to the location of the venue and I get the rest of the pictures from my mom, then I'll be able to put everything in the frames and close it back up again, which is a great reason to have this double-sided tape. On the hinged one, that's not an issue because the way that I've put in the place that I've put the hinge, I still can access the back of the frames without having to worry about the hinges. So here I am just placing the double-sided tape and affixing it to the back of the other frame. And here we go. We've got a nice hinged frame that people sitting on a round table, which it should be 8 to a table, will be able to sit and eat and enjoy the company and conversation, and also reminisce about Cookies finally growing up from when he was in childhood by looking at the different pictures that we'll have on the centerpieces at the tables. So I'm really happy so far. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and put some of the pictures that I have of Cookie in here, and I'm going to cut away and show you the hinged frame so you can see what I was talking about on that one. So here's how both of them look. We have the one that's vertical and the one that's horizontal for how you would place your pictures. They both hinge and collapse flat, which is what the main thing for this project was for me, for ease of transportation, because now I can just put this flat, put it in my bin that I have with all the other decor that I'll be using, and transport it, and I don't have to worry about bubble wrapping each one individually or anything like that. So that's one of the main reasons why I wanted it to collapse. So now on to our very, very fun part, and my favorite. We're gonna decorate. Okay, so I've got my cross grain ribbon from Dollar Tree. I also have this narrow ribbon. It's from Celebrated, but I remember picking this up from Dollar Tree. And then I also have this other ribbon that's a sheer ribbon that's orange from Dollar Tree. And this ribbon I picked up during the holiday time, and it has little bits of glitter. I think I'm going to be using this on the other centerpiece frame. But I have basically a little bit of a variety of ribbon. So what I'm going to end up doing is taking my cross grain ribbon and just measuring, and then I'm going to give it a little cut. And using the double-sided tape, I'm just going to start decorating. So I'm just making a little bit of a crease, like floss, and I'm going to place that in here on this double-sided tape. And just press it in. And press it down onto the tape. Now I have my hot glue gun warming up just in case I need it. But I'm basically just trying to hide the double-sided tape and utilize it at the same time to make kind of like a binding. See how that kind of looks like a book binder? So I'm just going to do that to all of the sides of this particular hinged frame, and when I come back I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so now I've added my ribbon and I've put a few little bows, keeping in mind that this is for a boy who is very much a manly boy. so I couldn't go really frou-frou on it, but I think it turned out really cute. And since this is going to be the centerpiece, what I was thinking about doing is, you can go to the Dollar Tree, which is where I got almost all of these items. Matter of fact, I think it's all of the items except for the double-sided tape from the Dollar Tree. And during this time of year, they have bouquets, balloon bouquets that they actually sell. So obviously my idea is to have a balloon bouquet with the weight sitting down here and just floating above on the table, so that it's not at eye level and couldn't be a distraction for all of the people that will be sitting at the party. The problem is his party is on June 10th. So for me to go and spend the money to buy the balloons, they'll be deflated by that time. So instead I improvised, and what I'm gonna do is, I bought this small little fish bowl from the Dollar Tree, and obviously I have a block of foam. So what I'm gonna do is set the little fish bowl down into the center. I'll end up opening up this foam, and I'm just gonna set it here on top so that it's still hidden and you can't really see it. And then to improvise, I have purchased these little balloons from our local Dollar Tree. They happen to have them, and I'll do like a smaller balloon bouquet just to give you guys an idea. And I'm gonna go ahead and just stick this into the foam and the little fish bowl, and just stick them down in here. And then obviously my idea would be that they would sit upright like this. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is cut my phone up off of camera, place it into the fish bowl, and when I come back I'll show you how it looks. Okay, and so here is what it looks like, and I think it is so adorable. But you know your girl has to have a little bit of bling. And I know he's not a type of boy who would like bling, but I don't think he would mind this. For all of you subscribers that have been with me from the beginning, do you remember this ribbon that I actually used? I picked this up at Michael's last year, and I used it in like my first or second, maybe even third video where I did the wreath for the door. I'm gonna take this orange ribbon that's wired and just feed it in at the top. It's gonna give a little bit of bling. It's gonna help camouflage the inside of this particular centerpiece, and it is just so adorable. And I don't think that he's gonna mind the little bit of glitter that's there. And so look at that. Isn't that cute? I am just so pleased. So if you give us a moment, I'm gonna give you the final reveal of the whole entire project. Here is the final look on the table. Excuse the zebra in the background. I think it turned out really super cute. I haven't lit any candles in the votive holders, but you can see just that little bit of sparkle really does set this whole entire centerpiece off, and I just think it looks great, you know. And I think that the sparkle is just the right amount of sparkle. So if you like this particular tutorial, please give us a thumbs up, comment down below, please share this particular DIY with friends and family and anyone that has a graduate. This is a quick, an easy, and a very budget friendly idea for a young man that is ending his life as a child and moving into the college life of a young man. Everyone, please have a wonderful evening. Bye.